Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our latest edition of Facebook Live, the Higher Summits forecast from the top of the summit of Mount Washington. My name is Francis Tarasiewicz, and I'm a weather observer and meteorologist up here on the summit of Mount Washington. Again, coming to you live from a very cold air mass. It's currently above New England. Current temperatures right now about 3 degrees or so below zero up here on the summit. Quick peek at our cog railway vertical temperature profile just installed in the past month. But yeah. Great weather if your first name is Brian and last name is Ice. We've got plenty of that out there. Temperatures are plenty cold and winds as well from the west here, increasing a little bit over the last couple of hours here in the middle 50s sustained and gusting into the upper 60s, giving us a wind chill here. You can see it 37 degrees below zero. So, of course, wind chill advisories in effect through 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. We issue those wind chill advisories when we expect temperatures, or wind chill temperatures, I should say, to get down below 35 below. We'll briefly touch wind chill warning criteria overnight as temperatures fall a little bit more, maybe get closer to 50 degrees below zero in terms of wind chill. So definitely a cold night up here. I'm bundled up. I've been kind of chilly all day up here on the summit. Yeah, visibility right now, 1/16th of a mile. Starting to creep up a little bit. We had a little bit of snow shower activity today, and the fog is starting to thin out just a little bit. But again, visibility is still quite limited. And pressure on the way up, and we've got some record high pressure to talk about in the next couple of days. And yeah, winds coming down from their peak though last night around 99 miles per hour. Remember Wednesday's storm that went on to actually strengthen and sort of bomb out across southeastern Canada. So we were in the pressure grading of incoming high pressure and outgoing low pressure. So yeah, that was the final stand of that storm up here on the summit. A nice gust though, 99 miles an hour. We had our volunteer this week, Mike, actually experienced an 85 to 100 mile per hour gust just last night. So pretty exciting stuff up here on the summit, as always. Take a look now at the webcam here. Well, we animate it. There's not a whole lot to see when I animate it. This has been pretty much our view all day, and honestly, the last couple of days here, Ryan and I are starting to build back up, and we hope that it won't cover the camera as it did a couple of weeks ago. He says, well, we had that, of course, really warm day. Wednesday, 41 degrees for our high temperature, just shy of 43 degrees, which is our daily record. There's nothing away. A lot of that Ryan and I have covered the deck and just about everything else. But yeah, we're starting to build it back, and we've got a couple of inches of snow or so over the last couple of days. Taking a step back from the mountain here, we've got our visible satellite view. You can see those lake effect bands cranking along throughout the day. Portions of course, western New York along the various Great Lakes there, Erie. And you can also see some of the stratocumulus that developed today. A little bit of instability as some cold air advection or movement of cold air moved through here. Developed some cloud cover, and that's why we had some snow showers today, again, upsloping over the White Mountains here. And if you look really close, you can see sort of the boundary of snowfall. Extended pretty far south, and I took a quick look today, and snowpack sort of extent is very similar to what we saw last year around this time. So interesting stuff there. See some cloud streets as well developing across the land. Yeah, that's as much colder air is moving over bodies of water and developing clouds and snow showers. Thing I want to talk about, we've got numerous computer models actually indicating that, yeah, we could actually indeed break a high pressure record for the month of December tomorrow night into Sunday as really strong Arctic high pressure moves in and sort of crests right over the region. So this is going to be a confusing map at first, but I'll do my best to explain it. These contours show areas of maximum pressure for the month of December across the continental United States. And so I can zoom in here, and if we look closely, some of those record high pressures range from about 1,044 millibars near the summit here to about 1,051 millibars. And so what are the models showing? Well, the GFS model currently showing a maximum pressure of about 1,049 millibars tomorrow night as high pressure essentially crests right overhead. Again, it's not as exciting as low pressure, right? If we had a record strong low pressure, we'd be talking about incredible winds and things like that. This kind of feature we'll be talking about more in the way of clear skies and calming winds. But again, still pretty cool. It's nice to keep track of our statistics up here from the top of the rock pile. So what is this high pressure going to mean in terms of cloud cover? Well, I've actually got a graph here. This is showing relative humidity centered over Concord, New Hampshire. I can't quite get it up in the North Country here. What we're seeing here is atmospheric height here on the y-axis and then time going forward on the x-axis. These colors indicate relative humidity, right? So if I pull out my marker here and select my yellow color, red will blend right in. You see these areas of drier air indicated again by this sort of red and fuchsia color. And as we go forward, that's going to be underneath strong high pressure, and high pressure air tends to sink. And the stronger it is, the more the air sinks, and as it's sinking, it dries out. What's interesting, if we can sort of visualize that, so you got sinking air, and then just below that, we've got a thin level of air that's nearly 100% saturated. That's our cloud layer. And so the models are indicating that clearing will take place overnight, but some of that moisture might hang around just below the summit. So we might wake up with some undercast over tomorrow morning before it quickly dries out throughout the day as the high pressure pulls down some dry air closer to the surface and again mixes out those lower level clouds. So again, could be something to look forward to. You can always watch along as that develops on our webcam, mountwashington.org/webcams. You've got a few options from our deck cam to our tower cam, Wildcat as well, and we turn that on in the morning. And of course, our north view facing camera as well. But a pretty cool thing. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out for some undercast skies first thing tomorrow morning. So is anything going to actually fall from the sky? Are we going to see any precipitation over the weekend? With high pressure, generally precipitation free, and that's going to be the case. I'll kind of just move the clock right along here. We'll see the lake effect train sort of wind down as those westerly winds calm, as high pressure crests overhead and reduces the pressure gradient. And as we move forward through time, I'm going all the way through Sunday here. We're going to have a whole lot of precipitation to talk about. We're going to have high pressure essentially tracking right overhead. Our next troublemaker there later Sunday night and Monday, a really weak disturbance ahead of some warmer air that'll move in to start the work week. But again, we won't worry about that. We've actually got a pretty nice weekend on tap outside of some dangerously cold air tonight and into tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at winds here. We'll rewind the clock back there before I get too far ahead of myself. And we'll see the winds will gradually increase a little bit tonight. We've got another little bit of a frontal boundary as the trough. The very center of the trough is moving right overhead, and the coldest air moves in over the next few hours. We could get as low as 10 degrees below zero, and yeah, we'll combine with these winds in these 45 to 60 mile per hour range. Wind chill values will be between 45 and 55 below for the first half of the night. We'll see the strongest winds decrease somewhat as we get towards midnight. It's still pretty gusty. Again, wind chill values will only rise to between 30 and 40 below, so still plenty cold. Cold enough for frostbite to develop in as little as 5 to 10 minutes on exposed skin like I have here with my hands. And we'll see winds start to calm throughout the day Saturday. You see this anticyclonic curvature, clockwise curvature in the wind flow. That's our high pressure. And again, that record strong high pressure moving in throughout the day Saturday and then Saturday night and Sunday, really cresting overhead more so Saturday night, early Sunday. And then as it moves away, we start the whole process over again. We've got southwesterly winds behind it as air is trying to return to the northeast here. So we'll see a gradual moderation in temperatures Saturday night and especially Sunday. We'll see temperatures actually warm to above normal. Again, I say warm with quotation marks around it. So it'll still be in the upper and middle teens or so. Temperatures, I've just talked about those a little bit. Let's see what happens here. We've got the core of the cold air tonight. Temperatures are around 5,000 feet, slightly below zero. Then as we move forward with time, we'll see that sort of the bite of the air decrease as we go through the overnight into tomorrow. And things will eventually warm up so much that we'll be able to expire that wind chill advisory, but still things will be quite cold. Definitely want to prepare for wintertime hiking if you're visiting us up here in the White Mountains. And let's roll that clock forward going into Saturday night. We'll see actually a warming trend Saturday night. Again, high pressure pulling offshore into Sunday. As you can see the 0 degree line here at around 5,000 feet indicated by this white area. We'll still hold on to some of the cold air. The high pressure will be kind of stubborn to leave at first, and so we'll have another cool day Sunday, but again, a little bit above average before things really warm up later Sunday and Monday ahead of that next disturbance. So let's break it down here in the daily details. Of course, the website I'm on right now is our Higher Summits forecast. So outside of our weekly Facebook Lives, you can always check out our forecast, mountwashington.org/forecast. We issue these twice daily, and they go about 48 hours or so. And as I say every week, read the discussion. That's where all the details of our forecast are spelled out. But let's briefly summarize then the weather going forward throughout the weekend. So for the overnight, we'll start in the clouds, then turn towards clearing under partly cloudy skies. We're going to have to look for some clearing up here, at least my shift here. We've really seen nothing but cloud cover for the last couple of days. Low temperatures will start again 10 below, and then rise to about 5 below by the sunrise Saturday. Winds will be from the northwest, 50 to 70, with gusts up to 80 miles per hour for the first part of the night. Not improving a whole lot, still 40 to 55 miles per hour, gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Wind chill values will be on their way up a little bit, but again, not a whole lot of improvement here. 45 to 55 below early, and then 30 to 40 below a little later overnight. Saturday will be in the clear under mostly sunny skies and above a partial undercast, especially early on in the day, so it'll be a great time to get some pictures as an observer up here, so we'll be doing that for you. We're showing, of course, the latest views from the summit on our social media. High temperatures will climb to around 5 above. It'll feel pretty nice, at least when the winds die down. The winds will be from the northwest, 40 to 55 miles per hour. Gusts up to about 60, gradually decreasing to 25 to 40 miles per hour. Wind chill values will start to improve, not a whole lot again, 30 to 40 below, rising to 15 to 25 below. Fast forward here to Saturday night, we'll be in the clear under mostly sunny skies. It'll be a pretty beautiful night. Low will start around 5 above and then rise for the night to the mid-teens above zero. I'm sure our night observer will appreciate that by the end of this shift. Winds will be from the northwest, shifting more southwesterly as that high pressure starts to skirt offshore, decreasing to 5 to 20 and possibly becoming light and variable at times. So pretty rare stuff to see light and variable winds up here on the summit. It really takes pretty strong high pressure to do that. Wind chill values will improve 15 to 25 below, and then rising to 5 below to 5 above. Finally, for Sunday, summits will be in the clear under increasingly cloudy skies with that next disturbance starting to move in. We won't be affected by precipitation throughout the weekend, as I said a little earlier. It'll just be some high cloud cover. High temperatures will climb back into the upper teens, above average for this time of year, of course. And winds will be fairly light throughout the day, southwest 5 to 20 miles per hour, possibly light and variable at times early, gradually increasing to 15 to 30 miles per hour. And wind chill values will hold fairly steady, bouncing between about 5 below and 5 above as the wind speeds fluctuate a little bit throughout the day. And that's about all I have from up here on the summit of Mount Washington. Of course, wind chill advisory still in effect through 11 a.m. tomorrow, but should be a pretty good weekend in terms of high pressure and lack of precipitation. And so on that note, I want to wish you all a happy, safe, and healthy weekend ahead. Thanks for watching.